don't like this part. I don't like this part. Okay, I gotta go use the monkey's paw for this, I think. But yeah, my brother went in the room to go check it out, and he came out like, there's somebody in there. There's a guy in there. There's, in fact, a guy in there. And he kicked him out, too. So, that's kind of the main thing with that. He was just a random dude, okay? And we would see him. I would try to go back in the bedroom to go sneaking, because my parents' bedroom is quiet. It's dark. I like it. It has like a big comfy bed, you know? And it was super high up, and I thought it was so cool, so I wanted to hop on it. And I would try to sneak in the room, even though I was told by my mom not allowed to go in there. And there used to be this dude in the suit, I guess, like that. Like, what did your mother say? And I'm just like, I'm dipping. And my brother did pull the same stuff. Open the door, there's the man full of static, and he's just like, really? Really? Like your sister? And it just... Again, I thought he actually may have lived there at the time, because I did not realize anything paranormal, and this was like way too realistic. I don't know. Wait, I wish for knowledge. Aw, I died. Damn it. Well, let's go with Revenant, because I don't know what the fuck it is. I'm fabulous. Okay. Aw, it's just like a wraith. Let me see here. But yeah, I guess it's kind of really the main thing with him, because it was a bunch of like just an old man pretty much in the room in a brown suit that was really annoyed, because that was supposed to be his room. I feel like I'm going way too detail with this. I'm like trying to remember everything, but also I think going way too in detail with some of these things, so my apologies for that. But basically to break down like where I'm going with this. Yeah, so he kept saying that was his room. That was his room. And eventually he went ahead and accepted that this is not the case anymore, and now our parents' room, but kids still weren't allowed, because that was according to, unless our parents invited us in for any reason. In that case, whatever. So he would get annoyed. And I forgot about him over the years. Eventually I did start to remember, and I used to talk to my mom about that, and she couldn't remember. She was like, what are you talking about? We never had this stuff happening. What are you talking about? You're just imagining, you're just dreaming of this stuff. Just have the man in the blue suit, right? Well, my brother actually remembers the man in the blue suit, and he remembers the man in the brown suit, which was actually a tweed suit, apparently. That was an interesting realization. But it wasn't until years later, when we were about to move, that I found out what was really going on. Because I would see that guy periodically. My mother used to wake up, and she would still see a man that fit his description, from what I remember. The brown suit, staring with no. She said a couple times he had a hat, and there's no hat, and he would be staring down at her while she was sleeping, and it would scare the shit out of her. And then she would also see the man in the blue suit standing by the window some nights, and he would be glaring down at her with glowing eyes and a big smile, and that scared the hell out of her. So that was some freaky deaky business there, and she didn't understand why she was seeing them, because like there should be no hauntings here, and I forgot all about these guys for years. And I mean, it's been years. I didn't remember any of this stuff for a long time, because it didn't make any sense to me back then, so I just stopped remembering, because it didn't make any sense of what was going on, you know? Well, we don't know what was up with the guy in the blue suit, but we do know about the man in the tweed suit, because we talked to the my mom actually had years ago talked to the landlord about the history of the home, because it wasn't too old, but like, you know, old enough to have a history. And she asked what happened to the previous tenants. I think the last tenants were okay, but come to find out, the original owner of the home or a resident, I don't know, this old man back in the 70s, though, did pass away in the house. Where are you? D. I. Goodbye. Really? Oh, you bad. That would work. I'm gonna go ahead and get some poltergeist. I'm guessing, because that was way too fast. Really? Only one time? Oh, the spirit. Really? That's lame. It's also why you don't go ahead and use up all your money in one go, in case he starts dying. Anyway. So, yeah, back in the 70s, there was a resident. He was an older gentleman. I don't remember the age. We had some number back then, though, about how old he was. He died peacefully in his sleep, but based from what we were describing how he was dressed, he was in that master bedroom, my mom's room. He was staying in his room. From the photo we had, he fit the description, and he was wearing, I forget if it was like his burial or what the deal was, but it was a tweed suit, a brown tweed suit. So it was the same exact outfit that the ghost man we were seeing in the room was wearing, and was insisting that was his room. So there was that. We don't know anything about the dude with the blue suit. We don't know anything about what happened with there. But he did continue to... They both stayed at the house for years. We didn't see them for a long time. There was a lot of stuff that happened. There was a lot of stuff that happened. But I feel like those were the more interesting things to know about. From how he was actually interacting with the house. Oh, there was actually kind of a funny thing that happened. My brother and I kept making a lot of noise, and I guess they did not like how noisy we were. So there was a moment where it was the two of us just straight up watching as they were, because the two of them, my mom said he worked in the room. He did. I didn't know what was going on until I walked into the room. There was between the hallway and the bedroom, and I saw. It was so fucking random. I didn't even think it was real until I talked to my sibling about this, and he was like, no, I remember that. I didn't even think this was real. I thought this was a full-on dream, because I was like, that is hilarious. That is a crossover I've been waiting for. In which the two of them were bickering. They were arguing because, oh my god, they're so freaking loud. Why are they so loud? Like, they're just kids. Come on, man. They're just kids. Like, I know, but I hate that they're in my room all the time. Like, dude, they're not your room anymore. Dude, that's not your room anymore. They live here now. And I'm a little baby thing. I was like, what's going on? What's going on? And I'm staring up at them, and they're bickering, and she's looking right at us. What do you want? And I'm like, hi. Friend. Like, I'm just like doing my derps. I don't know, being a freaking toddler or whatever I was. And I remember just like, don't look at her. Look at me. We're talking right now. Ignore her. She'll go away. She'll get bored and go away if you don't talk to her. Okay? And they keep talking, and I'm just watching because I'm like, what's going on? I don't know what's even being talked about other than saying we're too loud. And it's like, oh my god, she's entertained by this. They're entertained. My brother comes over, and they're like, oh my god, they're freaking multiplying. Did you know what? Just don't talk about it. They find it's interesting. Don't talk. Don't talk. Don't talk. Don't talk. They walk away. And they just are standing there, and I'm just like, this is why I think it's a dream, you guys. I thought it was a dream because what the hell was going on? This is just a full-on comedy bit. Seriously, it's like a comedy bit. I'm thinking this cannot be real. Until I was able to talk to my brother, and he was like, no, I remember that. That was very weird. It's like, that what they're fighting about? I'm like, yeah, we were too loud, apparently. He didn't like we were in his bedroom being loud, even though, like, that's... Because our parents would be gone, and we would go sneak in our parents' bedroom and then bounce on the bed, you know? As long as we didn't get hurt, it was fine. We were doing cartwheels off the bed or somersaults off the bed, and as long as we didn't get hurt or break anything... We got away with it. We can keep that secret, you know? So we're just, like, being annoying. We're just having fun. And, yeah, I don't know. That was the one time I saw this happen. Maybe twice, but it might be my brain just not remembering properly. So that just I wouldn't think it was real if my brother hadn't been able to verify, like, yeah, no, he remembers Zach. I'm like, oh, that's such a weird moment. It was so freaking weird. It's so random. Like, why is this the thing that happens, you know? Like, of all the stuff, why is this what happens? So, it doesn't really help add too much to the story, but I thought it was kind of funny. I mean, as an adult, I totally get it now. Totally get it. 100%. I feel like I've had a similar argument with my housemate when my niece was like really little, because she would barge in everyone's room. Like, this was the kid, if you didn't like lock properly, shut your door and lock it, would just full on come over and kick it open and just be like, hi, and then run around and like tackle stuff, and you're like, okay, what the hell? If you haven't noticed, I'm really into the theatrics of body movement and replicating. I swear to gosh, she freaking did that. I'm like, oh my god. We were watching a horror movie once. Okay, so I was with my housemate. We're in her room. We're hanging out on her bed, just watching a horror movie. When suddenly, she just comes in the dark, slamming the door open, and it's like, "Hi." You're like, what the hell are you doing? Oh my god. Oh, no Luigi board. Oh, right. I should probably use a Luigi board when you find it. Fuck. Okay. Forgot the rule. Okay. But, yeah, there were more stories, but I feel like that's kind of the main interesting stuff, because after that, it's just a bunch of random things over the years. We still have, like, doors slamming. We had some people knocking on the windows. Usually the response, I'm trying to remember, because we didn't see the man watching around the house anymore. I'm trying to remember, but oh, there was a shadow figure though that would, like, I don't know what that was about. Like, it was like in a hood or something, and it was like standing. It would always stand in the hallway and like stare at people. Creepiest thing, the absolute creepiest thing, especially when it's around Halloween. And I had constant nightmares on the house. Ooh, fun fact, we don't really know the history about what, if anything, happened in the house, but I did talk to multiple people in my family that lived in the house at the time, from my sister, my brother, my parents, and yeah, apparently people who stayed over or slept in that house were having regular nightmares, like reoccurring nightmares, like all the time. I am now aware of this. I was not aware. I thought I was the only one having the constant nightmares. Turns out we all have freaking nightmares nonstop. Like, oh, that's a bad sign. You guys, if you're living in a house and everyone in the house is having constant nightmares, or your friends come over and they keep having constant nightmares, that is a bad sign. Oh, this room is okay. We found the ghost room. We got evidence. I know we used to hear people walking around the house at night, but I think the scariest was probably, I think the scariest thing we really had was our cat Dina, because we would hear the sound of somebody with the floors creaking. We had a really old house where the floors were always creaking, right? And they were just like kind of poorly made also. I don't know. Anyway, and we would hear it, and then you would hear like someone walking, thump, creak, thump, creak, thump, creak. I'm like, what the hell is that? And thinking, oh shit, someone broke into the house, and you hear the high-pitched whine because your blood pressure's getting high and you're in full panic mode, and your own parents have to get up and go take a look. They're scared shitless. You hear them whispering. They're terrified. They don't know what's out there. They think someone might have broken in. You know what's out there? Your cat tried to terrorize the house and play Godzilla. Also, when she got really, 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 really old, she was like 20 years, no, she was 21. She was about to turn 21 years old, and she has super long claws because she refused to let anyone touch her claws. So, as a result, we would hear her run. Damn it! Oh, this will work. same. She had super long nails and would go sliding across the floor. She learned how to skate. My cat learned how to skate. I should have guessed on a ghost. I'm never gonna escape this house, am I? Never gonna get out of this house. Forever stuck in this nightmarish house. But yeah, that's kind of it really for that. Well, at least what I'm willing to share for that house. We had a lot of stuff happen, but that's kind of what I'm really comfortable with talking about. Because there was something, I don't know what the hell it was I saw, my dad saw. I don't know if my brother saw it or not, I don't remember that well. But there was something in the garage, which, I mean, we're talking about glowing eyes. It was this thing was not a raccoon. We tried to, like, rationalize with a raccoon. But we saw a person with glowing eyes in the, let's see, it was in the garage. When you go in, you open up the garage, like, it goes, whoop, separate part. You can always convert it into, like, an apartment, probably. Take away the door, you know? But yeah, there's like a second, like a little layer up top where you put all your holiday decorations. And I remember we were in there, and it gave me a fear for a long time. It was by the Easter Bunny decorations. We looked up there, and I noticed that there was a figure. We looked at the same time. There was a figure up there with glowing eyes, and it was not a raccoon. It had a human head in a full shape, and it was in a coat. And I'm like, oh my god. My dad started calling it the ghost of the Moes to calm me down. And so, yeah, he's like, like Beetlejuice. It's freaking Beetlejuice. It's Beetlejuice. Come on, it's Beetlejuice. Because I freaking love Beetlejuice. I'm like, cool. I don't want to see him though. That's terrifying. Because at the time, that was like my favorite movie. Hold on, did I actually grab the keys? Yeah, I did. Otherwise, yeah. Because everything else is pretty much just like, there's some things I don't really want to talk about, like some weird stories I haven't really properly figured out. But, yeah, we got doors opening, knocking, names being called. It was really freaky. And then at some point I got really into paranormal stuff. And try to learn. I'm like, oh my god, I wonder why I have this natural draw to this stuff. Oh, cool. Oh my god. Wouldn't it be so cool to live in a haunted house? No, it would not. I don't want to live in one. I die. You want to live in a haunted house. Beetlejuice. That count as activity? Okay, you know, be a funny little Easter egg they could have during Halloween. What if one of the ghost models temporarily was just like, I don't know, like the ghost blanket with a smiley face on it, like big bird legs. Don't ask. I thought I saw that and I realized I need this so bad. That'd be so freaking funny. Where's my humor? Just dead. It's probably dead. Also, hey legit, how are you? Hope you're having a good day. What's up? Oh yeah. Yep. My dad told me it was Beetlejuice. It was Ghost with the Most, and then later on he said, no, it's not Beetlejuice, it's the Ghost with the Most. I'm like, that's Beetlejuice though. That's the title he goes by. He's the Ghost with the Most. He's like, yeah, but this is something separate. I'm like, okay. Copyrighted stuff, you know? My dad was worrying about copyrights. We're trying to like entertain his own kids. Oy. Life can be weird. Hold on. Oh, I can't. Okay, you know what? I know what I have to do here. Alright, let's see here. So keep going, guys. Slowly get some basic houses done. Let's see. Oh, counter's already down. Okay, what else was there? There was a haunted doll story, but I'm not gonna get into that one because that was weird. It was weird, but there was one. It's not even like a fun one. It's just like there was a doll. Someone got me a doll. It started moving around the house and standing on its own when there was no structure for it to stand on its own. And if you went in the room, was there and left, came back in like a second later, my mom was in a panic, it moved into an entirely different room somehow, and that was a weird one. It kept getting trashed. And then they took it to a trash bin in a different neighborhood, and then it still popped up in the house. So there was that. I don't know what made it stop, but I actually did keep the doll, because I was like, I'm not losing my doll. That is my doll. That is my doll, and you wouldn't take it from me. Because it was like a normal doll. I'm like, calm down. It's just a cute little plushie. Calm your buns. It's just a little plushie. It's just a little plushie. It's a cute little plushie. And, yeah. Life can be so freaking confusing sometimes. I got banned from one of the houses. Well, okay, so my parents were divorced, clarifying that, so it was banned from one person's. We were not a fancy family with 2 houses. That would be cool. But no. I'm gonna go with this. Aw, not yet. Okay, so let's see. There were other stories. There's Christina's story, but I feel like I haven't really told that one to many people. I'm not sure how clear I am with storytelling just yet. Let's see. Well, I guess I can go with the one from the old apartment. Because the rest of them were a lot shorter, you know? This one had, like, only had a couple stories that had a lot of detail. The rest, not so much. Like, they were a bit more, oh, yeah, well, we had, like, okay, so the door started, like, opening and closing, slamming on its own. Things started flying across the room. And we saw something was seen running up and down the stairs like a madman. We have no idea what that was, but the neighbor saw it too, so... We had neighbors like right across from us, and they had seen something running up and down the stairs, and so they were scared to go on our stairs. That was actually at my dad's place. We'll go with that one since it's like a shorter story. So that one was, it was an apartment. It was maybe like a city, like not too far off, maybe 15 to 20 minutes away from my mom's place, and it wasn't anything too crazy going on there, but suddenly we did notice one thing though. There was always something running up and down the stairs, because the stairs would start shaking all of a sudden. You could hear something like banging, and it sounded like my brother would run upstairs, because he would do that too. And we would try to race to the upstairs, and he tried to shove me down the stairs, and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Because they were so freaking painful to like fall on. You fell, you're gonna get severely injured. I should know. I fell down like 3 of the steps, and that did not go well. Yeah, my legs were fucked up. It's okay though. It's okay though. My dog was cute, so you know. He's adorbs. But yeah, so my brother would always run up and down the stairs, and we started hearing something running up and down the stairs. Also, when we'd be inside the apartment just watching TV. My dad probably had the game on a lot of the time, or he would have or if it's at nighttime, Metal Mania. We would hear it even at night. It's not hunting, is it? Where the fuck are you? I'm gonna bring you out into a separate room because I can't. Where are you at? Where are you? U-T-I-L? Goodbye. 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 I said goodbye. Thank you. Let's get out of here. That ghost is like, it's here. No, here. No, here. Oh, okay. Well then. Okay. I guess it was here. Alrighty. Let's see here. Yeah, so we'd be upstairs and we would hear something running up and down the stairs, right? And then I get worried. Yeah, we used to hear something running up and down our stairs all the time. And we would assume that, sometimes it's just my dad and I, we would assume it was my brother. And if no one came up to the top, we would leave the front door open. If no one came to the top, we were just like, what the heck was that? And my dad used to be like, oh, we'd just ignore it. We probably heard nothing, but it's thought we heard him. But it happened so often that we actually had to talk to our brother, because we're like, dude, we keep hearing you. What the hell? And he's like, I'm still at the YMCA right now. What are you talking about? So we tried to talk with him. We didn't know what was going on. My dad talked to him in private about some stuff. I think my dad actually might have had some idea what was happening, but didn't want to scare me. Kind of like when we were growing up. So we don't think too much about it, except one of the neighbors. Okay, actually, you know what? Maybe it's before this. My brother was standing on the steps when something was running up and down it, and something tried to shove him down the stairs, and he was holding onto the railing, which we always did, because even if you feel comfortable, you always held onto it because the stairs were really, really rough. Like, you never want to risk falling. You never want to risk it. And for some reason, people kept falling when they would go on the stairs. And again, you didn't want to get yourself cut. So it was just really weird, though, because you could be standing still and it would happen, but only when there was shaking, like something was running up and down it. His friends witnessed this. My friends would witness this. This happened all the time. This was like a normal day. So we learned if the stairs are running, stand by the stairs, wait till it's done, and then go up the stairs. If it starts running, hold on to the railing, because something might try to shove you off. We didn't know what the heck was going on. Maybe it's a mini earthquake. We're in California. Maybe it's a mini earthquake. Who knows? Like, I don't know. Gotta make ideas, you know? Still, though, we're gonna go with it. We're gonna go with it, because the last thing we're gonna do is automatically assume something spooky. Well, we were out of the house, and our neighbors, we were out of the house, we were coming home, remember this. We were coming home, and one of our neighbors from across the way, like right across the building from us, was looking up our stairs thinking, are you guys home? And we approached her and like, hey, what's up? Bringing in the groceries. And she was like, I'm so sorry. Sorry, is someone home? I swear to God, I just saw someone going up your stairs. I thought you guys were home. And I'm like, no, all of us are out. All of us. My dad's like, I'm out with my kids. We're getting groceries right now. You saw someone up the stairs? Like, yeah. So my dad had to, like, when we went upstairs, had to scope things out to make sure everything was safe. Utility closet, right? Hold on. 5. We have a 5. Hold on, let's go with this. Freezing temps. Huh. So I'm reading a book we're gonna be writing. Okay, hold on. Let's go start real fast. Gonna work through this real quickly. Okay. UV, ghostwriting, spirit box, or dots. Okay. Let's see, so what was right? Yeah, so we were all out of the house, but she kept seeing somebody go up the stairs, and it would happen more than one time. There was a point though, we went up the stairs, and my dad went to go talk to one of the residents who was like our neighbors over the downstairs, and I talked to her about it because she was talking to one of their neighbors. And come to find out, when he came back upstairs, he talked to my brother, told me he got to leave the room. You don't want me hearing. So I go into I'm listening through he had me close the hallway door, because that way I can't hear. I can eavesdrop. Also, his bedroom door is open, and there is a heater between his bedroom and the living room. So like one of those wall heaters. So anyone who lives in an apartment that has one, you know you can hear through them pretty well. You can hear everything. So I'm listening through it, and I can hear him. And apparently she was telling him about how she was scared going to the stairs because she saw something there. She saw a man running up and down the stairs, like really running fast up and down and nonstop. And so she was really kind of worried, trying to see what it was. It did see her, and that's what scared her, because it saw her and it looked upset, like it looked mad. So she freaked out and was like, I'm not touching that. I'm not going up the stairs or near the stairs. And I used to play with her daughter back then. You know, we were friends. So she was no longer allowed near the stairs, because her mom's like, I don't know what the hell I saw, but you were not allowed near those things. And we used to sit on the stair still my dad would monitor us, and the moment the stairs started shaking, we had to get off the stairs. Otherwise, something would try to like shove us. And so we were not allowed to be on the stairs during those moments. Are you kidding me right now? Oh, thank God. Someone tried to kill me. I'm like, how dare you? Right here. Right now. It's the twins, isn't it? I think it's the twins. What does that have to be twins? It has to be spirit box. Okay. You know what? Let me see if there's anything else we can place down to figure out what entity this is. Right now it's gonna be that. It can still be the dots. UV's already in there. Not touching doors though. Ghost writing. No, it's not gonna be ghost writing. It kicked that away, so it's not gonna be a shade. I think it's gonna be the twins, which that means it has to be spirit box. But yeah, so that was kind of our big thing for a long time. We would actually see something there occasionally. So at night, if the shaking started happening, my dad would tell my brother to get up and lock the door. We just had the front part of it locked. We had like a screen in front, but he would then get up and actually like lock the big door. Only a couple times we ever have any knocking on the door, but that was only a couple times. We didn't really have it that often, and that's probably a good thing. But that wasn't the only weird thing we had happen. Thankfully, we all got to see. I saw that. They saw that. There was. Let me see. There was another thing that happened. Oh, hey, camera, paparazzi-ish is. Yeah. So the other thing that wound up happening. Oh, I need parabolic mic. Shoot. Okay, we're gonna grab it. Let's go grab it. I'm not the only one who's seen this. So I would sleep with a light because I did not like being in the dark in that place because it was really uncomfortable. And also my brother kind of terrified me as a kid by hiding in the closet and doing the whole, like, growling my name in a really weird voice from the closet. And, I would get so scared that I was scared of the dark for such a long time because he kept doing that and it haunted my nightmares. So you know what? He got a good prank, but at what cost? His sleep. He lost his sleep for the rest of his, I don't know how many years, but for a very long time, he lost his sleep. Or was I going with this? Right. Yeah, so I always had a light on. There were a few instances where I would wake up or not even wake up, oh my God. The one time was a wake up and I saw something in a cloak, like a dark cloak, in the hallway. It was leaving from the bedroom, from the closet, to the hallway and, like, slowly walking away. And I'm like, okay, that was freaking weird. Gonna go back to bed because that was terrifying. I'm still scared to, like, confront my fears, you know? And then there was another time I'm watching The Nanny on TV. And I know this because I was watching The Nanny. I know this means it's like 11 or 11:30 p.m. And that's when I realized I see movement of my eye and I see something walking past me. So I look over and I see the same hooded figure walking out of my room and into the hallway. And what's weird though is I look, I'm like, what the hell? I look away, back over, and I see it still walking out. I'm like, what the fuck? That was weird. So I don't talk to anyone about this in the house because I'm like, that's my brain. I am clearly awake. I'm pinching. I'm like, I am very vividly awake. I am conscious of what's happening here. I don't know how to explain that. I'm not touching that with a pole. I'm just gonna go ahead and ignore this. This never happened. I don't know what that was. I do not need to know what that was. I'm good. And I just move on from that. Well, my brother told me sometime later that he had been seeing the same thing, apparently, because he was coming to me going, hey, you know what was going on with the stairs? Because we were finally addressing the elephant in the room because we just had a weird moment where all the doors were, like, opening and closing. I've been left home alone, and then suddenly the doors are opening and closing. They're slamming shut, opening, slamming shut, opening, slamming shut. The cupboards in the kitchen are opening, slamming shut. And I'm just like, what the fuck is happening here? I don't want to be in this. I liked watching ghost shows, but this was way too much. Because by this point, I'm into the paranormal, and I had quit watching, like the thing called Haunted or Haunting. I stopped watching these shows after all this, because I was like, this is not fun. I don't like this. I do not like this. And it was freaky. My dad comes home. I'm locked in my bedroom, scared out of my mind, playing Pokemon. I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, oh my god, Pichu, protect me. Pichu ain't gonna do squat, man. I love him, but dear god. No. 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 So, that was just a really weird situation to be in the first place, you know? Still don't know what that was about. Oh, dear god. Do. Oh, look at that. Oh, what the heck is happening here? I don't know. Ah, shit. Okay. Hold on. Oh, wait a second, actually. I need to go ahead and handle something really fast. Gotta get prepared for a hunt, 'cause I'm gonna get to the chase anyway with incense. Yeah, I had to have a talk with my brother about this, because I'm like, dude, I called my dad, I was like, hey, this just started happening. Something opened your bedroom door swung open, and he's like, hun, that's locked. I'm like, yeah, well, no, it's not locked anymore. It just freaking blew open. I'm scared shitless right now. I'm home alone. I am freaked out. The doors are opening and closing on their own repeatedly. Like, they're all slamming. The cupboards are slamming. What do I do? And so he was like, that's not supposed to be happening. Okay, he calls one of the neighbors to come over and check on me, because I'm clearly I'm freaking out. I'm trying to be calm, but I'm scared, because I don't know what's happening. I've never had this thing happen before. And yeah, somebody comes over. Eventually, somebody comes over. They knock on the door. I'm still scared, but I have to get out. My dog is with me. He's not barking at anyone originally. Before they're knocking the door, he's not barking. And so that tells me wasn't a person that broke in the house, which is great. Because my dog was he was a bit of a guard dog. So he was a small dog, but this is like a dog that would just suddenly be like, stand up, buff muscles, ready to go ahead and like bench press you. He was such a good little dog. He was so freaking cute. He's so cute. People kept asking to buy him. I'm like, you know what? No, we're not gonna sell you our dog. That's that's my perrito. That's my doggo. No bueno. I'm gonna go ahead and kick you and, yeah. I can't say that word. You don't want to kick you. That's my dog. But he's like booty cakes, you know? He was a good boy. He was very protective. So, yeah. Yeah, after all the doors opening and closing, I don't know what just happened. After that whole incident with all the doors opening and closing sporadically, and it being the most terrifying moment of my childhood experience. Yeah. Yeah. Like, I'm not freaked out about that stuff anymore now. Now it's like I see that stuff and I know how to react. But back then, I really didn't know. Anyway, the neighbor came over. Things had gone back to... That dots? Things had gone back to normal for the most part. So... Huh. Okay. So yeah, things are pretty much back to normal for the most part. I don't really think anything else happened after, like, for a bit. My brother and I talked about what had happened, and apparently he'd been seeing the same shadow. He'd been seeing the same silhouetted figure in the hood, and has been roaming around the apartment. He remembered about the stairs. We had a full talk about what happened and everything we had experienced while in that house, and we're like, why doesn't our dad really... Jesus! What the... Why would you do that? Oh my god, that scared me. Oh, that was creepy. That was freaking creepy. I know, right? Aw, good boy. What's up, my love? But yeah, so I'm not think anything. I think that's kind of really all there was, like, for, oh my god, that's so spooky and cool, you know? Nothing else really happened there. Stuff would occasionally get thrown out, like papers, but that was it. Because for the most part, I don't know, my dad did freak out that he thought he was seeing, like, a face. like a creepy looking face staring at him from one of the chairs we had. And so he immediately was like, nope, we're taking this out, and got rid of the chair. He took it downstairs, like, why are you throwing away the chair? He's like, I saw a face in it. We were not keeping that chair in this house. It is not allowed in this house. I don't know what it is, but it ain't with the Lord. We're taking it out. And that's when I learned my dad was actually really religious, and I had no idea this entire time, because really, I did not realize he was that religious. That might have been a pivoting point for him. I think that's what it was. I don't know. All I know is, he started going to church again after this. After all this happened, he started going back to church. So, like, hey. Everyone makes them feel good, you know? Bring them comfort, especially when living in a creepy house. Like, it was a nice apartment. It was just that weird stuff would happen. I mean, otherwise, the only scary thing in there was my brother trying to constantly prank me, and I'm just like, you suck, how dare you do this, you know? Because really, that's the only other scary thing that happened there, which is his terrible pranks. I'm like, you, how dare. No limits. No limits. He tried to do the whole closet prank again, where the whole, you know, where he hides in the closet and growls my name. So this time I just went over there, stared intensely, and then just shut the closet door, and I'm like, I'm calling Dad. I'm telling Dad you're trying to do this to me again. He got so mad. I'm like, ha, I got you out of there, though. I got you out, though. I mean, that's the objective, isn't it? Okay. Okay, so, yeah, because the apartment one, like I said, it wasn't going to be as long as the other with all these crazy details. I feel like this place has a shorter story, though. Only because I haven't been here that long. Like, I haven't even been here a year. But, yeah. My sister saw something too, though. So I'm just like, oh, okay. Well, I'm not the only one that's feeling crazy in this house. That's cool. Hold on, I'm trying to remember. Well, I've talked about it before, about I had a really weird dream, and about like being told to like keep a crystal away from something, and I was like, one of those like random dreams you have. And there was a guy, and I remember approaching, he tried to take my rock, and I was like, you can't have it. Don't you even try. I'm not gonna let you take it. That's mine. You can't take it. And the dude just looked at me really confused, and I woke up. Everything started like vanishing around me, and I woke up, and I'm back in my bedroom. Look, and the guy's still there, and I'm just staring at him. He looks really confused, like, you're not supposed to see me. And I'm like, being like, oh, I don't know what's going on. He's not vanishing, but you know what? You're not supposed to see this stuff. You can't do nothing, you know? You can't do nothing. Back, bitch! Be gone! There was a word. I don't know how I thought saying back bitch was better than be gone thought. No, that other one would be so much more inappropriate. I think it would be perfect. Oh god. Okay. Yeah, there's a dude, and then all of a sudden he vanished, and I'm just so confused about what I saw there. I haven't had too many things here. Like, I normally don't talk about the ones where if I don't have it verified by other people, like, other people are seeing it too, you know? Because it can be hard to decipher reality from exhaustion, you know? So usually if I'm gonna be, like, going, oh my god, I totally saw this, it's usually because I saw it, and there's usually a bit more history to how to help back up this is actually very possible to have occurred, you know? Although, I need to do my research, because apparently there was a bit of an icing next door before I moved here. And then another one across the ways in the same area, like in the complex, just opposite side. I'm just like, oh fudge. Okay, so fun fact, I actually was warned about from my old neighbors before they moved out because of all this stuff. And they wouldn't explain in detail because they didn't want to scare me. I'm like, oh, what would happen? She's like, it's fine, live here, don't worry, you'll be fine. You'll be fine, I think. You'll be fine. We think. I'm like, oh dear Lord. No joke. They kept saying I think multiple times, and I'm like, oh no. But there was, I don't even know what it was. I don't know. They didn't give me details. But according to them, my apartment's fine. But their unit was what they called the murder house. You know, the dun-dun-dun. Because somebody did get ice there. And then their unit also, or I think they got ice. Someone got ice somewhere here. Anyway, a couple places. And they had a history of paranormal activity. And according to them, the past tenant here, who was a friend of theirs, also reported seeing a shadow figure of a man walking around here or watching, which I didn't know about in the beginning until like before they moved. They let me know, like, hey, we want to give you a heads up. Let us know if anything happens, because the old person who was our friend here, her friend, the tenant was friends with her, and they're really into Halloween and stuff like that. So apparently she had been seeing that stuff here. And they're like, you should be fine. You should be fine. I'm like, okay. Well, they had told me this after I had already been, like, I had seen a couple times, like, a shadow figure. Which is why I know, like, I'm not too worried about these things, because now it's like, you don't know what they really are. So I'm gonna assume it's because I'm exhausted and going through stuff. You know? I try to be rational first. And, long story short, it, leered out at me from my own bedroom. I was on a call with somebody. I saw it leer out at me, and I instinctively jumped off the bed at it and tried to pursue it, calling it a motherfucker. And I just remembered running off while I tried to chase it out of the room, going like, what are you doing here? 'Cause I didn't know if someone broke in. I'm not thinking, oh, there's something weird happening. Begone thoughts! Begone thoughts! Begone thougticus! Thoticus begonicus. Ah, real left page. Nice. Done yet? Can I yell out Thoticus begonicus again? I need to do that. Better. I haven't seen more of her in the dots though. Usually we see a lot more. And she knocked one down. Nope. You know what? I don't have to 100 this guy. I'm not even sure if I'm actually be able to get 100 on this one. No, I should. Worst case scenario, I can go ahead and say Thoticus begonicus one more time, but properly. Whoa. Where can you speak into? Whoa. That count? Please tell me that counted. Yeah, I did. Nice. Okay, let's go. So, I'm gonna guess Oni. I thought I saw dots. I'm probably wrong, but let's see. I'd rather be alive. Okay, so... let's see. Yeah, we haven't had too many weird things happen here. I still think my neighbors might have been messing me with one of them. Because I swear to God, if I had heard knocking on the walls, I was going to make a joke. Because I was still getting used to the place. And I just started seeing like I saw like the shadow thing. And I was like, what the hell? So I made a joke that if I heard knocking on the walls again, I would have to do the dramatic gasp and say, oh, they're in the walls. They're in the goddamn walls. Someone freaking knocked on the wall. And I just stared at it like, oh God, someone stared at. Oh, someone heard me. Like, I don't know if that was a ghost or a neighbor hearing me. I'm not saying shit. So now I have to be a lot more careful what I say. I think my neighbors could hear me in my bullshittery. I'm like, oh, that's not good. I'm the crazy neighbor. I'm having a fun time. I'm having fun. My cat's in a good mood. He's sleeping on a couch right now, on a cat pillow. So I think a cat on a cat pillow is perfect. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and do one more, and then probably that'll be it, because it's already been 6.5 hours, you know?
Alright, we're here.
Also, if anyone curious, it's an eyeball. I'm at Target right now for like $1. It's cool. No, wait, I think you were $3. Because then the other one was $1 since it didn't have a lid. I swear they charge by the pieces. The other one's like one piece, little flask looking thing. And it's $1. This one has the eyeball, a lid, and a straw. So $3. Let me see here. I realized I probably shouldn't. I need to double check if I can even like. I don't think I don't know. There's another story, but I don't think I'll get into it just out of because I want to like make sure I even have like the memory associated with it proper. You know. I'm thinking about it, and I'm not entirely sure if I should be sharing it on Twitch. Like I know I know the friend wouldn't mind about it. Oh, I already did this house. Right. Well, so again. I know she wouldn't mind because she did give me permission to tell the story about what had happened. And it involves the cursed land that she lived on. Which literally it's a cursed land. There is a city just above LA that is in fact cursed land. Like literally it is cursed. It is full on cursed. I still kind of like, wow, you hear about that in Scooby-Doo. You never actually get to see it, or you can see it heard about in a horror movie. One thing I've learned is if you move into a desert city, you're gonna see a lot of weird things. You're gonna find out there's cursed, like actual cursed towns, and then you're gonna find out there's weird. You're gonna find out there's also like weird stuff there. Weird stuff there. I still remember driving. We were driving home one night, and let's see, it was St. Patrick's Day. The bars were closing. I was sober because I did not drink yet. I was also not excited about drinking early. I did not really care for alcohol anyway. And so I was a sober driver of the night. My friend had gotten into the car with me. We're driving home from the bar. She is schnockered. She was. I'm not gonna deny it. She was schnockered. This started making her sober up pretty quickly though. Because we're hanging out. We're driving. We get to a red light. It's probably 3 to 4 a.m. So it's dead silent. There's like no one on the roads. There's no homeless people sleeping out right there, walking around there. Usually you see them in the middle of the night walking around doing their business. There was nothing. There aren't any animals, no coyotes. There was nothing. It was just silent. So we're sitting at the red light waiting, and I notice a dude from a distance, like starts jaying it across the street. He's just jaywalking, right? I'm like, okay. It isn't safe for him to go, but you know what? We're at a red light. I'll wait for the guy even if it turns green because I'm not gonna be like intimidating or honking the horn. Like I'm not obnoxious like that. So I'm just watching. I'm making sure there's no cars around us. I'm like, okay, whatever. There's no rush to get home anyway. And I realize as he passes the stoplight, the one of the lights on the road, one of the road lights. As he's walking past it, I realize how tall he is. The dude is almost as tall as a street lamp, or at least it looks like that because of the bit of perspective. He was taller than the fences, though. I thought he was like on a skateboard, like floating by, because it looked like he was gliding by. So I'm like, some dude on a skateboard in a trench coat, and it's foggy. So I'm like, I'm not thinking too hard. Like you can see clearly enough, but the clouds are going low because it's that time of the night, you know. Well, you can see the streets pretty clear. Just you can have that haze. So I'm just like, what the heck? Oh, that is like Slender Man height. Holy hell! I'm like, okay, that's not good. Okay, I gotta get a better look at it because that did not make any sense. Now, there are some people who are like really tall. They're born with that genetics where they will be really tall to where you're like, dude, you need to cosplay as Slender Man, you know? That's the thing. So, as we're driving by, I make the bad decision of like, you know, everything was fine, but it's not really a good decision. Not gonna encourage this. Because no one in the road, no animals, nothing there, no cars, nothing. I look to the side as we're driving by to see where he's going. I kept my eye on him the entire time to see where he disappeared to. And it got really dark where he stepped, but he's in front of the fence. So unless he hopped the fence, there was no way I could lose sight of him. As we drive by, I look over, I'm watching, I'm following where he's supposed to be around. There was nothing. He was not, the entire road across, the entire street, like the sidewalk, completely empty. Other way, I'm watching, roadside like that, nothing. And after a little bit in silence, my friend finally like breaks it and asks, "Did you see that too?" And I'm like, Me and the dude going sliding by. Yeah. She's like, did that thing have wings? I'm like, girl, I did not see wings. What the fuck? I did not see the wings. What do you mean there's wings? I did not see any wings on it. So I still have no idea what the heck, like, where the wings were. Like, I did not see it. And we had a long talk about that because I was really confused because I didn't see wings. You know, so it's kind of like, what do you mean you saw wings? What wings are you talking about? She swears she saw wings. But she also was intoxicated. I didn't see wings. I did see him, like, I thought it was like a dude on a skateboard, though, just gliding through, and considering it's night, he maybe come back from a party, you know? That's what I'm thinking. But he was almost as tall as the lamppost. He was taller than the fences. He just disappeared out of thin air. We have no idea. There were no defining features, the shadow figure, and we're like, okay, that's weird. And we couldn't figure out for the longest time what it was. She thinks that it's a, she believes that it could be like a Mothman. And I'm like, I don't believe in the Mothman. So I'm just like, girl, I do not think that's in California. Other states, but I've never heard the legend out here, you know? Like, I'm into cryptids. I'm into that stuff. But to me, I'm like, okay, there's nothing about it over here. But, fun fact, there actually is an urban legend about, like, a very specific urban legend related to what we saw in California. And it's actually specific to California. So, I'm going to clarify, it's not Native American folklore. It's from the Spaniards when they were like in California way back when. So it was like part of this lore from them. Because the first person I brought it up to freaked out and said it was like Native American lore. Don't talk about this, otherwise it brings them forth. It's not, and it's also not Native American lore. It's not. It's not the part of the mythology or folklore. It's not from that. It's a completely different culture. Different area, everything. But what it is was that it was like called like shadow watchers or night watchers, in which generally the legend goes that these are creatures that exist. They exist like they try to avoid humans, so they exist outside of the human cities, and they rarely ever get seen inside of them. If anything, they try their hardest to stay away from humans. They're not considered really aggressive unless provoked. They're not. If they're nearby, they're more likely to be just observing, you know, kind of like what we do with deer. We don't go after, normally, most of us don't go after deer. We're just observing because we're very intrigued. We find them interesting. There's something about them we are interested in. Whether we think they're pretty, we think they're neat, whatever the issue is, we like to observe. Some people can be hostile. But for the most part, it's not like, you don't have to be really afraid. And they're hardly ever going to be in like city areas unless it's going to be very specific. Like, if you do see them there, it's more than likely going to be a really quiet area with next to no people. Like, you seeing one of these dudes is special because you never get to see them based on the lore. So you can look into them. I didn't know about these until I was like trying to find a description for it. I went onto Reddit, I've gone through Google, I've gone to the library, I've tried looking everywhere I could think of, I've gone through archives. I could not find anything on what this thing could have been because I was trying to figure out something that would be just anything because it was weird. She saw wings. I didn't see wings. But also it's kind of hard to see, you know? And it's one of those things where you're like, the only reason why I was kind of like, what the hell happened is this dude was taller than taller than a post, taller than a fence, short, almost as tall as a lamppost, a bit shorter than that, because, you know, again, perspective is a thing. And and whatever it was, suddenly disappeared. And I kept my eye on it the entire time, and it just suddenly vanished into the darkness. Like, there was nowhere for it to go. Unless I could, like, pull up his pants and, like, secretly daddy long-legged over the fence, then the Family Guy character. That is a full-on Family Guy character. So, yeah, you'll see a lot of weird stuff here. If you come to LA, you're gonna see a lot of weird stuff. Like, just don't go looking for it. Just wait, and it's gonna find you. It's not necessarily anything bad. Like, it's kind of fun. But if you go to the desert areas, you're gonna see a lot of creepy shit. Just saying. You're gonna have a few stories if you go hang out in any of the cities, like, in more of the desert area. I know I have some friends up in Santa Clarita that's had a bunch of their own stories. Actually, it's partially why they want to move out. They're like, there's so much creepy crap here. My friend still thinks that we don't know what it was, but there was something, and it's why she thinks it's Mothman. She thought it was a Mothman because this gigantic bat-like thing tried swooping down at her. I never saw it. I never did. Whenever I would look away, all this creepy stuff would happen to her. And I had literally just looked away for some reason. In my head, I don't know if my headphones are on, what the deal was. But she freaked out, and I was like, what's up? She's like, you didn't see that? I'm like, what? She's like, this giant creature just flew down at me. And I'm like, oh, maybe it's a bird. She's like, dude. I'm like, maybe, well, it's nighttime. It's probably a bat. She's like, why would it be a bat in LA or in here at night? I'm like, it's a bird. She's like, it's nighttime. I'm like, night bird. It's a night bird. Because it would happen like a couple times, and she was like, did you see it that time? I'm like, nope. I did not see the gigantic imaginary bird that's apparently swooped down at you. So whenever she went out at night, she would always be like really cautious, looking for the night bird to come, that's gonna come and swoop down. She's like, I swear to God. I'm like, it's probably an owl. And it would always happen when no one was looking, and so she would freak out and be like, how did no one see that? I'm like, I was tying my shoe, and her boyfriend's like, oh, I was looking at this rock. Always like the worst timing. So, yeah. What sucks is the second time it happened, she sent us out ahead of her to make sure that she didn't get swooped down on. Nothing happened. Okay, she steps out, and immediately whatever it is swoops down on her, and we don't get to see it because, like, how does this see what's? I don't know what's there. What are you talking about? Oh, it's interesting. Just the memories. Just the memories. I still don't know what that was entirely. I think it was probably like an owl. I don't know. We have a lot of birds out here, though. So, hey. It was freaking Nightbird. You got met by Nightbird. Oh. Hello. Pretty cool. We got ghost writing. But, yeah. I don't really think there's that. I'm not sure. Do I have any other stories here? I mean, I only trying to think. Other than that, we usually have like I have like stories of just my friend and I just goofing around. We don't know what really happened, but like I doubt it was anything actually like serious, you know? We would just goof around and stuff. Weird stuff would happen. We couldn't go out without weird things happening. I still can't go out entirely without something weird happening. As long as no one's getting hurt, I don't really see like a problem. Just probably not something I typically want to go through, you know? Like a bird randomly swooping down, and now you have a legendary night bird. What was that? What was that trying to scoop down and take your hair? It was Nightbird. She still thought it was Mothman. I'm like, how the heck did Mothman shrink eating become a, like, maybe this big? Based on her description, it was probably this big. So, like, apparently Mothman can shrink eat ink himself. That's why I'm like, girl, what are you talking about? That is not... Like, it wasn't even the biggest bird, you know? We've had bigger birds out here. I don't know. I still think it was a bird trying to mess with her. Because some of them, birds are pretty smart, and they can have personalities. Hello? Anything on the camera? No, no ghost orbs. Sadness. Okay, let's go back in there. I think if anything else interesting might have happened. At least anything that kind of fits with the horror theme, you know? I want to at least keep it like on subject. Otherwise it's like, why are you talking about what happened with the owls? Like, no one talks about the owls. That was a very awkward phone call. Let's see. Wilfred's still haunting the main house. Like, he's still haunting the main house. As I saw, he hung out by the clubhouse. And that one, I don't know. He doesn't really do anything much anymore, but I guess there's really no reason to. My only theory about what he could possibly be and why he's there, because there's no real reason. Like, we know what happened with Samantha, why she was brought there. At least an idea what had happened. But because, but with Wilfred, we don't really know. I think this might be the soul of the house. We had to get into that stuff, you know? Because otherwise I don't really know what he is. Or why there's a shadowy figure that walks around the house. Just that I freak the heck out of everyone. But we all love him. Oh, actually, you know what? I do have one more story. This is something, I don't know. I know this is something that okay. I don't know. Am I allowed to talk with this? Apparently, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out because I'm usually pretty careful what I talk about here for, like, you know, just for safety reasons and stuff. It's not really anything bad. I'm just trying to figure out, like, if this is something I can actually even talk about. I don't know how to explain this. Okay, I'm gonna tell this in my own way. So that way I can kind of... I'm gonna try to tell this in my own way. I do not know what the heck this thing was. But. A long time ago, I was with friends. We were having a little party, you know? We were having a party at one of their other friends' place out in Hollywood. And you know what happened? You wanna know what happened? No, everyone's partying, people are drinking, having a good time, we're just chilling. And that's when we see, in the hallway to the bathroom, we hear the thunk, and we see a gray, whitish meat mass leach out. And we will a thunk against the wall, like a little bit of a curve, kind of leading into the bathroom area. And I remember looking over at it. Is it just me? No, everyone else is looking at it too. We all head whip to it. We're all looking right at the weird, long-necked meat man thing. And I keep thinking, it's a bird. It's a swan. It's a swan. We got a swan in the bathroom. There's definitely a swan in the bathroom. For some reason, my logic went out the window. I think it's a goddamn swan honk its way out of the bathroom. I don't know why there's a swan. I don't know where its beak is. I don't see the feathers, but I see a swan. Yeah, it's not a swan. I don't know what the hell that thing was. My brain told me it was a swan. Talking with the others, everyone else agreed. We started talking, going, did anyone else see that bird? Is anyone else seeing that bird over there? There is a bird in that room. There's a bird in the bathroom. Because one friend wanted to go to the bathroom, and she's like, I'm not getting up. No, I can't get up. No, I'm not going to use the restroom. She had to go. She's like, I can't go. We're like, why can't she go? She's like, dude, there's that freaking swan. I don't want to piss off the swan. There's a bird in the bathroom. I don't want to go deal with the bird in the bathroom. What if it gets mad? I think it's angry. So, periodically, we were ignoring it. We're like, okay, I don't know what's going on here. And we would hear the thunk, as it kept, like, smacking its head or something on it. And we're like, what the fuck is this thing? So, two of the guys, because one of the girls has to go to the bathroom, one of the guys gets up and walks over there. With her, like, you know, go check it out. What's going on there? They go over there. It disappeared. There's no swan there, clearly. Like, clearly there's no swan there, you know? Why would there be a swan in the bathroom? We didn't bring a swan. Who the heck has a swan? Why is there a swan casually hanging out in your restroom, sir? We don't know why there's a swan. We don't know what's going on. Where did this come from? Where did it go? Where'd you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? There are no answers. Only questions and concerns. So, they do what they have to do. The swan is gone. She's better. I refuse to go because I do not believe that swan is in fact gone. I have no belief. Like, no, the swan is still in the bathroom. That is bull. I know it's there. Well, he comes back. The swan comes back. And we had the loud thunk. And it's just like a little meat thingy. He's like hanging out there, glaring at us. No eyes or anything. We just could feel it staring. Like, is it me or that swan look angry? There are no facial expressions for the record. We're just for some reason giving it these emotions. Like, it's so, I still have no idea what the heck happened there. So, we eventually, someone else had to get up. So they get up. but they're hesitating and they seem to be talking something like they're in panic. Okay. Well, oh no, baby. Aw. From what I remember, someone was able to use the bathroom, but they were nervous about using the bathroom. And people, like, they sat down. No one's allowed to go use that bathroom now. We can't go back to the restroom because the swan is... They're scared. There is a swan. They saw the swan meat man thingy. And they're freaked the fuck out. They don't know what it is. So people stopped drinking. I'm like, I don't know what the hell's going on. This is crazy business. I stopped. And that, yeah, no, it stayed there. And eventually we tried to ignore it. And we hear the loud thunk, thunk, thunk as it hits its head or creature, whatever the fuck that thing is. I don't know what that is. It's like a head-hand thing. It's like a head-hand thing. I don't know what that is. There's no face. There's no fingers. I don't know what that is. It's like, it looked like something out of Legend of Zelda. I'm just gonna say that because it looked like the weird... It reminded me of Dead Hand without the teeth. Honestly, it reminds me of Dead Hand without the teeth. That's what it looked like to me. And when I asked my friend, like, what did you see? She was scared. And what she could told me was that it had no... It just, like, there was no limbs. She said, no, there's something. She hurried. He talked to whatever was there. She didn't want to be part of this. She just wanted to use the bathroom. And... no one could use the restroom for a while. Eventually, some time had gone by. I don't know how long. But he decides to go ahead and just check to make sure, like, everything's okay, right? Everything's good. It's not there anymore. And the next time, a few times we had parties over there. Yeah. Oh, hey, Digital Banette, how are you? Telling horror stories. From paranormal activity I've experienced to confusing situations, like about the bird meat man. I have no idea what the heck that thing was still. And I am serious, you guys. I don't know what that was about. There was a group of us that saw this thing, and it happened again. Next time we went over there for a party, the same thing happened. Wait, how do I pronounce... Wait. Benoid? Wait, I'm sorry, how do I pronounce it? Benoid? Hi, Abel. How you doing, hon? But yeah, there was the meat man thingy. We would end up seeing it a couple more times during like the different parties because they had a few. They said it was a big party place. They were big partiers, and since we weren't too far away and it was a generally safe part of town, we would go there if anything for like to hang out or throw a party. And the people there were cool, So it happened again, but there was a rule: you cannot talk about the meat man while you're there, otherwise it would get mad. What is that noise? No, you pronounced it like it was French. It was funny. Oh, okay. I thought maybe I mispronounced it. I'm like, wait. Oh, shoot. But how are you? Hope things are going well. What's up? Do you like the spook stories? And questionable kind of spook stories? Okay, we need to find the cursed object still. Maybe it's down here. Oh, wait, I know what area it could be. Hold on. Ah. Double checking. Okay. Yeah. Right. Just the, okay, right, the meat, right, sorry, I got distracted. The meat man. Yeah, this happened a couple other times, so there was a rule of never drinking that much in that place again, because if you start seeing the meat man, like, nope, get out, no meat man. No one's talking about the meat man. It scared one of the housemates really bad. Like, really, really bad. I don't think that happened much. But what's weird is that I had a friend over, and, we're just having a get-together, we're doing that, we're taking shots, and at one point, we're hanging out in my room, and that's when I hear this thing gray hand come out, and I hear the thunk. And I try not to think about it. But remember, if you don't think about it, it'll try to get your attention, and it'll do the whole thunk, thunk, thunk again. So I just there's a swan in the bathroom. There's a swan in the bathroom. They're like, there is a swan in the bathroom for some reason. Okay? Don't get up. Don't move right now. We want to make the swan mad. Don't move too much. It's going to make the swan mad. There's a freaking swan. Eventually, I looked over at it and like fully looked on, and I saw a pull, and I was gonna get up to go check it out because like I need to go to the bathroom anyway, and it pulls back, and yeah, I think it's a city thing. I don't know. It's weird. There were other people who saw it. I hadn't seen or thought about it in years, so I think that's kind of a freaky story to tell people. Also, I just love the idea of just being like, there's a swan in the room. There's a swan, you guys. Like, where's the logic to this, you know? Just up late, probably. We'll just stay up through tomorrow at this point. That makes sense. Wait, what time? If you mind me asking, what time is it for you? The ghost isn't giving me more signs. Well, you guys know what this means. Time to rob the house. Yay! Vandalism! Theft. Orient. Oh, sweet. Same time zone then. We're gonna commit vandalism. We're gonna commit theft in someone's home. Oh, I found the cursed object. Gonna take all your stuff. Gonna take your stuff. Gonna take all your stuff. Give me all your stuff. I'm gonna throw it out the window. Door do 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 door do 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 do. Cowboy here. Yo. Oh, north or south? North or south? South. Ah, sorry. I got stuff. I have where these things for my teeth, and it's causing me like a lot more of a lisp and complication with talking. I'm doing pretty good, I think. But I do have to like slow down, otherwise it gets a lot more difficult. Ooh, hello. I don't think this game likes it when this ghost doesn't like it that I'm robbing its house. Can you say something? Say something. Say something. Say something. Say something. South. Nice. Same. Ow. Okay. Dude, I don't know about your area, but it's been cooling up a bit. We just got a, it's so funny though, because we just got a notification today from the city saying, hey, heads up, there's gonna be a massive heat wave starting today. And then we would not have it. Something happened yesterday, like, hey, starting today. But there hasn't been any heat waves, which is nice. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the opportunity. I can actually go outside and be like, ah, yes, the air. This is nice. This is what it's like to be outdoors, not dying. How wonderful. It must be closer to the beach. It's been hot as fuck here. I'm in LA. Yeah, I will. What's up, hon? Oh, you're ready for bed. One more house. We're gonna finish this house and then we'll go to bed, what? Say what? Okay. He's sitting beside me. He is loyal. I was in LA for 10 years, moved away at the beginning of 2023. Oh, really? Something just got thrown. What did you throw? Oh. Thank you. Don't you want a ghost just like helps you out? I need 2 more photos. Oh, thank you for the follow, Cookie Muncher. Hope you're having a good day. How are you? Hope you've been enjoying the random ghost stories and creepy stories and just like, what the heck is this scary? This is funny. I do not know, but there was a swan and I think that's hilarious. It was weird. Also, since I don't know, I need to like, I have not. I've not been to this part of the town, to the city, this part of the city in a long time till I moved out here. So I forgot all about it until I saw it again, and I was like, oh shoot. I'm good, thank you. How are you? Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. Oh, sorry if I seem like I'm low energy today. It's currently 4 a.m. for me, and I have coffee, but like slowly letting it wear off. Just a little bit, just a little bit. I'm happy to hear your day's going pretty well. Oh, your remote's cute. I like it. Is it your? Is it I think it's yours, right? Kind of able to skim over it when we're getting hunted. Oh, hold on. Hold on. What was that? Oh dear. I'm trying to get the ghost to do more activity, but won't do anything. Do you play Phasmo as well? Thank you so much. It is indeed. Oh, nice. I think that's an indicator you'll probably have like a bunch of other cute emotes. Which, jealous. What do we got here? Oh no, I don't have my glitch hand. No. Now how else am I supposed to break pottery and vandalism? One-handed? This is shameful. I'm a newbie player, slowly learning. Oh, nice. How are you enjoying it so far? Or not enjoying it. I don't know if you're playing because you enjoy it or playing because a lot of friends will go ahead and be like, a lot of friends will be like, go ahead and play this. Aw, Kaden, that's so cute. Oh my god, that's adorable. Ah, that's so cute. Love cute emotes. I wish I had cute emotes. I'm so stubborn. I keep trying to like, no, I have to make my own emotes. It's like, okay, cool, make cuter emotes. I have yet to. Oh, they love it. Trying not to run away when I get creeped out. That's fair. You get used to it. Soon enough, you'll be able to taunt the ghost. I guarantee you this. I promise. I was too... Okay, look. When I first started playing this game, I was genuinely really scared of horror games. To the point that I don't know how anyone got me into this. Because I was too scared to play any horror game. Now I'm at the point where... I don't do this on camera, but like... It's at the point now where if I'm playing with friends, I'm no issue with trying to aggressively taunt the ghost. You find ways, you find glitches, you start teasing them, you realize how to exploit the game, and you have fun. And then you're playing Amnesia the Dark Descent with no issue. And instead, you playfully sim for Mr. Face. Oh my god. Flirtatious ghost today. You see that? See that? Don't be afraid. Remember, they're flirting. They're just flirting. So get a plate. So you can get a plate. Just grab a plate and be like, eh. We love it. Trying to learn. I love the emotes for some channels way too much. Aww. It's always a big thing when like a channel has really good emotes. So you become more comfortable playing horror games. Oh yeah. I am a little too comfortable to where it's hard for me to find a game that makes me genuinely terrified. I think... What's it called again? Mortuary System did a pretty good job of actually, like, legitimately scaring me. Because there were a few jump scares in it that got me to, like... I don't know if anyone could notice, but I was starting to actually tear up. I was trying not to cry. I was getting really freaked out. Because some of the jump scares were coming one after the other. And I'm like, oh my god. No, Gretchen. I'll not take your hand in marriage, Gretchen. We're just friends. Friends, Gretchen. Remember that. What are we, Gretchen? Friends. Yeah! Huh? Oh, evil. about here? Let me go ahead and. I'm not gonna be a little sensitive sometimes. People have called me aggressive due to how I talk to the ghost. You know, there's different ways of playing this game, though. There's different ways of playing it, though. I don't think there's really any real wrong way. I want to get desensitized. Oh, I want to get desensitized. They're so popular and they freak me the fuck out. Yeah, I want to get. Hey, wait. Okay, I'm also gonna go ahead and allow it in the future. Hey, ghost. Do you like apples and oranges? I swear at the ghost a lot. You know what? That's a valid way to play, though. Think about it. Just think about it. It is a form of communication. How do you work with the ghost and get what you need? With communication. Hold on. Can I? Oh, I can't. Oh my god. Wait. I can't make it work. I wish I had a green screen right now. I would love to have it in the background so I can just do this and go communication. I need to do that. Why did God not give me omnipotent powers to be able to just do shit like that? Make random words pop up? That'd be amazing. I try to rephrase it. Whatever. I get freaked asleep. You know what? I'm just gonna say this is one of the best ways to desensitize yourself. Make the game. You know what? What I did was I made the game incredibly awkward. I thankfully had friends willing to help make the game incredibly awkward. And then you just have the bot. They have the AI constantly spamming the spirit box with "I'm old, I'm old, I'm too old." I'm like, okay, hi. Okay, so I'm hearing is there is a well. The question is there room for me? Huh? Yeah? Yeah. Property. Come on, it's the only way our generation's gonna get any property at this point. Let's be real here. Right now, the dream for my generation is to not go into debt. Hold on, my child has forced open. Wait, can you actually see it? Hold on. I want y'all to witness the delinquency of my cat. Oh, the hamsters. There's a box of cat treats right here, and he just popped it open. That is what his delinquent has been wanting. He's been demanding cat treats. He decided to get it himself. Do you hear that? That is the sound of my cat being a delinquent. Huh? Yeah, me and Fry just end up timing each other out when I express I was dreaming, and we both just swear at the ghost. Aww. Crazy cat life. Yeah. I love calling him a little delinquent. You know what? Fun fact. Had I not named him Abel, his other name would be Loki. So I'm now nicknaming him Loki because at this point he fits the name a lot. I'm just grateful he's not climbing on the ceiling like a possessed little kitty. That'd be terrifying. I'd be like, oh god, he can now scratch up the ceiling too. First the floors, then the furniture, now the ceilings. He learned to scratch the walls though. That's another story. He got frustrated at waiting for me to hurry up and be done so we can go for our walk. So he ran in the hallway getting frustrated, running up and down there. I'm not done. He goes up to the corner wall, reaches up and starts sliding down it while screaming. Oh my god, okay, that's fair. I'm doing that whole mom thing. We're like, okay, we'll go in this moment. Okay, hon, I gotta go, okay? Wait, what? And the story keeps going and you're just like, when are we gonna leave? I cannot believe what they sell on Steam. Really? What do you mean you cannot believe what they sell on Steam? I mean, they have a lot of NSFW games on there. I can believe a lot of stuff. I think it's a furry dating simulator, actually. Oh, they made one. I got in trouble. They got in trouble, so they got taken down. But there was one teaching you how to do your taxes. But because it collected, like, for the purpose of what they're making, your taxes, it did collect personal information, like social security information, stuff like that. So it got taken down, but it was like a date. It was like a not so safe dating sim that taught you all at the same time how to do your taxes. And I still can't believe that someone actually made that. Like, you know what? You have to teach generation in some way. Apparently, it's this way. Oh, hold on, I'm muted here, right? Yeah. Sorry, I just know somebody. Making sure to keep a tab, but I didn't realize they were live. I'm so mad. Deuce supports me here. Like, hey. Oh, by the way, Cookie Muncher. Question: said Cat Life. Do you also have a kitty? I mean, be real cool if you did. And you said, told me about it. Be awesome. Where am I going with this? Well, my cat's vandalizing more furniture. That's lovely. You know what? At least his own furniture at this time. Cause like he'll destroy the chair, or he'll go. You know, sometimes he'll go litter box when he's frustrated and just start shredding the liner with the sake of shredding the liner. One time he was really mad, and this actually not one time, like multiple times, but he's gotten really mad to the point where he looked me in the eye and just deliberately scoop out the litter onto the floor. And I'm like, you jerk. He's a little rebel. I hope he's not destroying it again. He is chaos incarnate. I love him, but good God. He's destroying. Can't throw a cell page in this game flat out. Oh my God! Hold on, I gotta prove that. Oh yeah, well I have to keep it automatic. I've had some people say some nasty. I've had people say some really nasty stuff on here. Weirdly enough, it is not once caught when people. Oh, hold on. I'm not getting any indicators of what this entity is. I don't know what it is. It's not giving me the third sign. Okay, hi. I'm trying to stop it. I think my cat's going crazy. No, but I probably should still use the restroom really fast. I'm looking through a sale page, and there's a game ladder titled Sex Hospital with one of those emojis. For the fuck of it, I click and it just blasts through my speakers. 2 3D Oh God! Oh my God! I did not read all of that. I should have. Hi, Abel. I did not read all of that last sentence. That last sentence. Internet sucks. It do. Did you ask me a question? Sorry, I was brushing my teeth and couldn't hear very well. Oh, I was just asking if you had a cat. Your comment for cat life, McWade. Do you also have a kitty? Be so cool if you did. Hi, Abel. Yoga poses today? Yeah. I just don't know what's going on here. The ghost isn't giving me anything to work with. You're not getting me anything to work with! God, I feel like I'm like Abel right now. Feel like my cat. Hi, Abel. How are you? Buongiorno. Good morning. He's tired. For the record, I have a blanket out, and I have a blanket, a pillow, a plushie, all set up on the couch, so Abel can go ahead and sleep on that. Yeah, I do. She's called Esme? I'm sorry, how do you pronounce it? I like to call her Princess Esme because she acts like one. Aww. I want a Coke from the gas station. Are you able to get it? Or are you willing to get it? If you are, you can always like have it stream on your phone or something for the audio. It makes you feel like there's more company then. I know some people will do that. Yes and yes. Oh, should I get one then? It'd be cool. Especially at 4 a.m. Are you in a safe part of town or not a safe part of town? Or are you going to go to a safe part of town? Unless you're driving. My default is walking. I recently went on a trip, and to get everywhere, we had to walk nonstop. So every day was leg day, and it was kind of cool getting to walk through the streets. They say Tokyo is like one of the safest cities to walk in, and I kind of believe it because everyone there was like super freaking nice, but also just like walking, I didn't have to worry. I really didn't have to be afraid. I'm like, that is so cool. I can be a girl walking at night and not be afraid all the damn time. This should be life. Seriously though, that should just be the norm. I really feel like that should just be the norm. So, oh, so it's, wait, so is it, wait, Esme? So it is Esme. Yeehaw? I live in a safe area. I can drive, and the gas station is literally 45 seconds from my house. Oh, nice. Heck, I'd say do it. Take advantage of the opportunity if you have it. If you have the ability to be able to walk to a gas station, definitely do it. Do it. Well, it's also good that you live in a safe area. Okay, I'm glad I pronounced the name right. I worry about butchering someone's name. I don't like doing that, even for a kitty, you know? I can't get this ghost I can't figure out what this ghost is. I'm getting nothing. I'm not getting any maps. I'm not getting seeing any UVs. I'm not touching anything for a UV. It won't touch the doors. I don't think it's going to be a UV. I'm not seeing ghost orbs, but it's also not talking in the box. So maybe it's a shade. I think I'm going to go ahead and guess on this one because I'm not getting anything, and so far... Hold on, actually. Might have to rely more on this bit then. It's a freaking shade. Yep. Wait, what? Hold on. Sorry, I'm just kind of like... wait. Okay. I have the EMF 5. Based on behaviors, I feel like it worked for a shade. So shades are much harder to find. Yes, there is evidence to suggest that a shade will stop all paranormal activity if there are people nearby. Whenever I'm nearby, it does nothing. When I move away, I start hearing stuff. The ghost will not enter a haunt if there are people nearby. It has not tried to murder me until I left the room. I think it's actually a shade. Based on this evidence alone. Yeah, I don't know why it's sensitive with the swearing. Everything else is fine. It's just a swearing, you know? Like, the question is a legitimate question, I feel. How happy or do you get called often? I'm curious what checks actually to deal with rather than hearing TikTok and YouTube bullshit. I want to hear the real deal. With the swearing? No, swearing's fine. It's... Automod is... The automod is like the way it is. I think it gets updated probably because usually I have to go through and verify, like, I'll prove swearing because I really don't have a problem with swearing. I used to because I remember at one point I did have a bit of a mixed audience, and so I tried to be more careful, but I also censored myself a lot more. But I don't no longer censor as heavily, you know. But yeah, to answer your question, I try to find ways to avoid getting catcalled. I'm actually not. I don't really enjoy, like, I don't mind a compliment. It's when I start getting people, like, if someone starts trying to follow or try to push you into a position where, like, hey, you need to talk to me now, and it's like, no, I don't need to talk to anyone. That's when it gets to become a problem. Because it is a problem. Like, I'll figure a way to, like, explain. It happens often enough that I know how to get out of the situation typically. I know to be aware of. If I go out, I'll start noticing, like, okay, someone starts catcalling. Shit, okay, this can go bad. Either someone's genuinely trying to give a compliment, or I'll start having someone try to follow and get me on one-on-one, and I'm uncomfortable and I don't want to be in the situation. In those cases, I immediately slip into trying to monitor my surroundings. Who's around me? Where am I? Is anyone looking at me? Is there any way out of this? Where are the shadows? How many footsteps are behind me? How far away were they? Did I make eye contact? What was the height difference? What were they wearing? Where were their hands? Did they have pockets and stuff like that? Are they in a coat? Just, you start thinking of things like that. And one way out of it might be to get into a crowd, or you have to start like J'ing it. There was actually one instance where I remember oh my god, my friend almost got us into a dangerous situation involving that. And it was stressful because we were cosplaying when that happened. And again, I don't mind compliments. It's when they start getting too much and it's a bunch of guys. I got to a point once where my friend and I had to start running down the street because it was not stopping and it was getting really uncomfortable. Weirdly enough, I don't understand this or what she was trying to go with, but she didn't want to run at first, and she was just like, no, you need to walk out. It's like, bitch, you're gonna freaking get attacked? No. If it gets to be too much, you have to get out of ASAP because that's usually a red flag. Also, where I live yeah, but also where I live is between like 3 gang areas. Oh snap! That's a lot. I hope you're able to stay safe though. Whenever you go out, you always have a sense of danger, anxiety. You can't always be afraid when you go out, but I'm always on a caution because I've had people even try to follow me and demand I talk to them because they gave me a compliment, so I owe them a conversation. I'm just like, buck. And I've had people follow me onto the bus and try to follow me off the bus, and I didn't want to have them follow me home, you know? Because people try to do that. They will try to do that. Or they'll try to like corner you in the bus, and because they think they owe you, like because they complimented you, they now owe them a conversation, and it's like no. So that's where it comes in. Like some people don't want the catcalling in general, and then there's those who take it too far, and that's where I feel like for me personally the fear comes in from. It's when they don't know when to stop, you know? Because then you're not complimenting a person or flirting, you know? Now you're just harassing and endangering somebody. You're taking away somebody's comfort and making them scared. That's where the issue is. The moment that you make them feel like they're afraid, it's no longer a compliment. It's no longer you just flirting or whatever. No, you're now harassing and endangering someone. So, again, a compliment and catcalling can be very different. Usually, catcalling will be a lot more on the gross side. I don't know. I was gonna take a bit of thought. Hello. Oh, wrong item throw. Okay, so it's not a handprint. Okay, so we know that. They actually say that if they compliment you, you owe them a conversation. Either they'll tell you that, or they'll try to force it like they think that, because they complimented you. You know, they complimented you, so now you owe them, and it's like that's not how this works. Statements that they might say will be including things like, "Hey, I gave you a compliment," and then they go after you, and it's like, nope. You give me a threat. That was a threat. Maybe it's not the MF5. I feel like it's gotta be good. I'm not getting any UV here. It's not talking to the box, and it should have talked by now. But, yeah. Really, it can happen anywhere. And that's always one of the big concerns when going out. One time, I think one example I can kind of give on it that isn't anything like too drastic, you know? But I feel like it kind of gives like a good indicator of how often this can happen and just how awkward it can be. I was house sitting for my friend in North Hollywood some years back, and I remember I wanted to get Starbucks. They didn't have any coffee because they had just moved in, and they were having me like just stay there to take care of the rabbits for a bit. Just for all they're gone. So I stayed there. They had a comfortable place. And there was a Starbucks nearby. She's like, it's just within walking distance, you'll be fine. Just go ahead and walk there, you'll be good. So I got out. I was really scared because I've been followed, I've been catcalled, I've been made uncomfortable, and people have followed me before, and I'm not good with that stuff. I don't like it. I can usually keep myself safe because I know the protocol. I used to travel alone at night a lot, so I know what to do and how to keep myself from getting like ambushed. I'm good. but it doesn't mean something can go wrong. So I was really, really nervous. And I decided, you know what, you need to suck it up. I'm getting my migraines. I need to get my coffee. This is how I am. I need coffee. So I started walking out. I don't have my car. Or I do. I don't remember. I think I was too scared to drive in the city, honestly. Anyway, I started walking over to go get Starbucks because it was like a maybe 5 to 10 minute walk, 10 minutes. And as I'm walking over there, I'm starting to walk towards one of the red lights, to go across. And a guy pulls over near me and starts calling to me and going like, hey, you look cute. How you doing? Where are you going? And I'm just like, fuck, are you kidding me? And I don't really remember what else was said or anything at all. Because at that moment, that's my cue. Get the hell out. I look around. Can they follow me at all? No, they cannot. There's not people around me. So I find a crowd right by the 99-cent store, and I make an immediate right turn, and I start crossing over through the parking lot, and I get into the crowd. It was very awkward. I did not want to do that. And I wound up getting too panicked and going back because I'm like, crap, I know how this usually plays out. Because last time I didn't do that, I found someone waiting for me, and they were trying to find me, and I was like, fuck that shit. I think I learned about this stuff. I'm a dude, and it makes it tough sometimes and psychologically for me to approach because I'm pretty perceptive to emotion. I hate that feeling of being potential makes someone uncomfortable. Not that I'm socially inept, but it can just always be a gamble if you want to approach. Now, there's ways to approach, like, politely, Like, there's ways. There really are ways. Even if you're somebody who has, like, an intense stare, even, There are ways you can do it that don't come off as, like, safety hazard, If something doesn't go right, then, just simply respecting a person is... If you try to compliment somebody and they make immediate turn, definitely would not advise, like, trying to, like, go over and apologize. Like, don't do that, because they might think that you're trying to follow them, and that just makes them run. Because you're in a moment of fight or flight. Even a person doesn't mean to trigger it, If you keep going about and you happen to be in the same aisle, I don't know, there's ways to approach the conversation, but I would say just don't approach, because if they see, like, oh, okay, they're not going after me, that's anxiety. I don't know. Trying to figure out a way to phrase, but all I can go off of is my own experiences. Because, there's ways that, like, people can approach you, It's just, unfortunately, there are people who also do it the absolute worst way. You're just like, why are you like that? Like, say hi, how are you? Do not tell them what you want to do with them. Stuff like that, You think it'd be, like, really basic stuff, But a lot of people still haven't learned it. Like this ghost hasn't learned to communicate and express itself by doing stuff. Like the spirit box. I don't think it's a spirit box. I think it's gotta be an EMF 5, right? I think it's gotta be an EMF 5. Also, you need to make the important distinction. Complimenting a person is not catcalling. Yelling at them across the street and not leaving them alone is catcalling and harassment. That's where the line is, I think. One's welcomed, one's not. Or maybe it's a bunch of compliments in a row, and then harassment is when you don't freaking stop and you start going after and following. That's when it's full on. Again, note for anyone who's ever had experiences, if you ever like were able to do, get into a crowd. Don't get hit by a car. Make sure you get into a crowd. Find people. Go near people. Get in front of people. Make sure you're where they can witness it, because more than likely there's someone who might be willing to even like step in and be like, hey, we're besties. Why are you with them? And they pull you away and you're like, thank you. And now you can escape. This rule also works at the bar. Actually, even hanging out by the girls' bathroom can really help you. Can really help you get out of that situation. Actually, where was it? Before I moved, like sometime back, I was at my friends. That actually did happen. It wasn't with me. It was with my other friend. I mentioned earlier during the ghost story with the haunted house, my old roommate. I went looking for her to find her because she was taking forever from the bathroom, and apparently that's actually what happened. She wasn't the one being followed, but another girl was being followed by a guy throughout the bar, and they would not leave her alone. Like, I don't know if we're trying to take her home or what the deal was, but she immediately ran to the girls' bathroom area, and that's where they bumped into my friend, and so like kind of stayed on to her the whole time until her main group was able to come over. So like, always find a group and go into the herd. Like, God, it's 4:32 in the morning. A poor cat child. He's just sleeping there. Oh, that was coffee in my leg. Okay, where are we going with any of this? Where is my life going? Where are we going? Where are you people going? Where? Play with and investigate. Oh, I need to socialize? How dare you? I'm antisocial. Well, that sucks. I'm being told I need to be social. I am not social. I try to be social, but I don't really do too well with that. Like, I try, but I don't know. Maybe I took a distance myself for a little bit. Had some crazy stuff going on. Reminder, if you stream on here, always be aware of the people you're letting yourself get really close to. Just be aware. Some people don't have the best intentions. It's still the internet, you guys. Totally in for me. If someone isn't into it, no harm, no foul. There's some girls that are so on edge that you just don't bother. To be honest, that's usually pretty damn obvious when you have the sort of permission to approach by body language. Oh, yeah, definitely. That's nearly always been the case for me. There has been a few times where a chick has literally been eye-screwing me from across the bar. But and she looks like I'm crazy for approaching, and I'm like, Depending. It could be a matter of okay, two things I can think of. I can think of two things happening there. One, someone's really drunk, and it's a temporary state. Where you kind of like being in the delusion, when reality hits, you're like, nope, back. I'm here for the delusional, you know, the what ifs, not the if and. I don't know. The actual second half, I had to come up with one. I don't know. I'm too tired for that bull. The second one can be a matter of someone being just straight up too anxious, like actually being like, okay, hey, I'm interested, and they approach and you're like, oh god, abort, oh my god, it's a human. Unfortunately, that one's me. That one is definitely me. I purposely would avoid making eye contact in the bar for that very reason, because you can be people who want to like flirt, who want to make eye contact and see, hey, you want to socialize. So it's just a good way to like interact if you're going out with somebody. Is try to read body language, make the eye contact, and see if you can pick up like, hey, then interact. If they look away like no, like they'll give you the sign like no, I don't want to talk, and then you're like, okay, cool, you don't have to go over and have it. Yeah, so I proactively avoid eye contact. I will try to be like, nope, dancing. Friends like, hey, okay, I'm like, oh, I'm serious, nope. Across the room, move across the room, across the other side of the bar. I'm going to the other side of the bar. You know, fuck it. You know what? I'm gonna go hang out in the bathroom right now because that was awkward. Does it sound a bit dramatic? Hell yeah. Do I am I making the right choices? Probably not. I'm being honest. Like in a state of panic, you're not gonna be thinking the straightest. I'm definitely gonna just be staring, going, oh no, I'm good. And this is why you get a friend who can read you, and you hold on to them for dear life, like a baby chinchilla holding on to your shirt, because they're like, I trust you with my life and my kidneys, and you're like, what the heck? Oh my god, you trust me. Does it sound weird? Hell yeah, that's my brain. You know what's also weird? This freaking ghost. I want to know why this entity won't just do what it needs to do. I think. I think the one time I've ever, you know what? The only one time I've ever been like genuinely comfortable while in a bar has got to be there's one bar. I don't even know what it's called, so I can't even go back to it. I don't even know where the heck it was. I can never return to this place. It is a memory, and that's how it's gonna stay forever at this point. But they had started playing Died of My Darling, and I was like, oh my god, it's a Metallica cover. I am safe here. I know the music. Oh my god, they play my shit. They play my shit. I'm good here. I'm safe. Okay, let's see if we got this right.
Welcome back. I've got some jobs
I
ready
guess
for you.
shade, right? Wrong button. I think I guessed shade though. Yes, I did. I guessed the shade. I got it right. Nice. Okay. And guys have to be brave and all that. I'm going to approach, but I'm also having to act cautious, but also strong, and also need to feel calm and confident, but also my heart is racing. Also, I need to be present and listen. I don't know how humanity has managed to survive. It's a bunch of awkward people finding other awkward people that just happen to understand the awkwardness in that one moment and go, OMFG, you totally get me. And that's probably humanity. I don't know. I don't know. I don't do well with the eye contact and not scare her. There are ways. Body language is a big part of it. Respecting boundaries is also a part of it. I think if somebody says, no, I'm not comfortable, and you can go, oh, okay, no worries, sorry, and you just back off, that right there can make someone feel a lot more comfortable. Don't expect them to come back and be like, oh, I'm interested now. Like, no, don't ever do that. Never expect that. I'm not saying never expect that. That's not how that works. If someone's actually interested, that can be a red. For some people, that can be like a green light. Like, not really? A green flag. Like, wait a second. Okay, they're not a creep. Okay, I think they're safe to be around. For some. At most, I can speak to what I know from personal experience as well as from one of my friends. And that's as much as I can really go off, because everyone's going to be different in how they function, how they perceive things, and just also what makes them comfortable, you know? So, someone who can show respect for boundaries for me is someone I can feel like I can talk to more, because I have really bad anxiety. And while I've gotten better, I will panic around people still, which is something I've been working on, but it's still a struggle. I've been working on this. I'm getting better with it, but it's still a bit of a problem. And I remember back when I was at my highest, when someone approached, if they were to go ahead and be like, okay, you don't get way too close. You kind of like, you can get, if you try getting close and you realize, oh, they're uncomfortable, backing it up, but also making sure you're focused on them can be helpful, you know? But also not forcing eye contact, because that's usually can come off, if they're not interested, can come off as intimidating and almost like you're trying to instigate something, even though you're not. Like, it's just a subconscious deal, you know? Seriously, we're all just meat sacks walking around bumping each other. We are. You know what I wrote too? What? And what else do you worry about? We're in a safe place. This is a chill place. Also, it's 4 in the morning, almost 5 a.m. because this is my life now. 5 a.m. drinking eye juice while trying to piss off the ghost. I'm 16. I've had elderly men approach me. Yeah, there's no age limit. They try to pull that shit. It's gross. I've noticed older women have less boundaries from how they interact with females compared to younger males. Yeah, do you think it's a generational thing? I feel like it's a generational thing. Like, at least with men from younger generations, at least they're kind of, it's becoming more out there and made more aware to them, like, early on, like, hey, if you do this, you might get maced, or hey, you do this, the girls will go ahead and tell the other girls, and will recognize that you're someone who's going to try to force yourself, or will try to instigate shit, and, like, media red flags, it gets around. It's not Facebook groups even for this kind of stuff. Versus before, where, like, there wasn't that much communication, and they can kind of, you have to, like, they kind of take what they, it's a take what you want mentality. And I'm not mean that in the most extreme case. I'm trying to be careful with how I phrase things, but really we talk like, well, why would you just try to force the conversation if they don't want it? You're gonna have some older dude being like, oh, you know how it is, you gotta be assertive and just go ahead and take the conversation. You gotta go ahead and be assertive with it. And it's like, that's terrifying. That's why there's, like, always a comment about how grandma's love story is actually traumatic. It sounds like a nightmare. There was a College Humor video, College Humor, it's probably a weird video to turn on this one, but they made a really good point on how they addressed it, in which they did go ahead and recreate a telling of grandma's love story about how she makes your grandpa, right? And they show it from two different ways. The older generation and how they romanticize not really the best situation and make it into a beautiful love story about how he was so jealous he had to be with her and she was the one, so she went ahead and he socked Jimmy because that's how much he loved her. Meanwhile, it goes to the younger generation perspective of like, dude, they freaking attack, like he freaking punched Jimmy, like that's my friend. Why would you do that? You know? I feel like they did a really good job with like kind of showing the difference in how these situations are being read by the different generations and how grandma's love story is not really a love story now and more of a memory or a story you bring up in therapy, you know? It's more of a horror story. Grandma's love story is your horror story. I think that's what I was saying. Okay. I want to prove I can read that. Just because the one word I feel like might accidentally allow a lot to through. Because the bot being trained, whenever I approve a word, it learns, okay, what about for next time, you know? And I'll start making tweaks for that. Done a lot of work on myself and have been able to shed many of my bad tendencies, nicotine, etc., and other bad habits, and now I feel super free, and I'm like vanilla. So sweet. I feel healthy and happy, but there is so much insanity out there that chicks are like, who the fuck is this weird? Why are you normal? What are you hiding? Okay, that's not wrong. I can't say that's really wrong. I'm trying to figure out a way, but I don't. Yeah. Oh, with my rugby training ending at. Oh God. Oh, so you get to leave with all the creep. Oh, that sucks. Do you get to bring your equipment home with you by chance? Like, is it your equipment you bring with you to and from, or no? I don't know what they do for rugby because I'm just thinking rugby, and I'm thinking, do you have a self-defense weapon? Because worst case scenario, diluted habanero sauce. Really diluted habanero sauce. We cannot get pepper spray. Diluted habanero sauce. That's my way of doing this. Probably should not be encouraging that, but at the same time, if we're talking about self-defense, I think it does the same thing. Also, it's cheaper. It's cheaper. You can carry a lot more with you. I don't know. This has been my go-to. I don't know what's wrong with me. It's been my go-to thing now. Like, self-defense weapon. Actually, in case somebody breaks in, I really want to get this one cane from the Mystery Shack website. Because it's Frankel Stan's cane. So imagine if someone were to break in, just self-defense weapon, it's a cane. With an 8-ball on top. I get to do it in the most pimptastic way. Sorry, I'm thinking about self-defense weapons now, so I'm like, wait a second. I know how to do this fabulously. I don't have the hat, though, so, like... You know what? I don't need it. I don't need it. I want to say, like, just be yourself, yeah, just being yourself. Definitely observe body behavior, like how they face themselves towards you. That can be a clear indicator. If you're trying to talk to somebody and they don't have their body facing towards you, like say hi, how are you? If they refuse to adjust it, that can also be an indicator of like, okay, they might not be interested or too comfortable. If they don't seem like they're freaked out, then like, okay, before you freak them out, you can go ahead and distance, or you can go ahead and even like move back a bit, you know? Just something I know my friends and I would do at the bar. If we didn't want to talk to somebody, we can make sure we kept their body like faced away, you know? We talk over our shoulder, like, yeah, and like, okay, you know, like if I was talking right here and like to you guys, and someone come over here, I might be like, okay, and then like yeah, sure, you know, they're talking like, okay, cool, man. Start slowly adjusting so I don't have like my warm back of my arm shoulder here. So that way you can still interact if absolutely necessary, or if they're gonna say, hey, you dropped your wallet, but at the same time, it's like giving a sign of like, I'm not interested, you know? I walk away from people who try to talk to me normally. Also, I know a lot of shop owners in between my rugby club and my house. But you don't have shop owners. Oh, that's good. And then again, walking away can probably be one of the safest ways of doing it. I've had to learn how to do that because I'm used to being in a city where like everyone, it's a picket fence, the suburb. I was living in the suburbs for a while, and it's the picket fence, Karen everywhere, all the Karens and the unique haircuts. So many different Karens. Fucking hell. I'm gonna call them Karens. I worked retail. I was retail. I freaking know who in that neighborhood was a Karen, and goddamn, there was too many of them. There were so many of them. Also, a lot of their husbands are on Tinder. I did not know this. But one of my guy friends was visiting, right? He came down for a bit, and we were talking, and apparently a lot of the suburban moms, they go to the suburbs. Because there's a couple places he's gone to with for friends, you know, hanging out. He travels a lot. A lot of their husbands are on Tinder, so there's that. I'm like, oh shit. Okay, that's new. I did not see that coming. I mean, I'm not... There's the stuff you learn. It's the stuff you learn. I handle the wives in the stores. I get to hear all the dark secrets and all the bitch talking, and have to try to explain how, no ma'am, just because you returned the three socks that you paid for does not mean you get to keep the 3 free socks. She's like, I returned the 3 socks. I got 3 socks for free and I paid for 3. I'm returning the ones I paid for, so I get to keep the free ones now. I want to keep those. So it's like, that's not how this deal works at all. It was actually a situation, and I don't know how to respond because I had to go ahead and get my manager out of that because she was going to lose her shit. She was going to lose her shit because the woman was not understanding the logic. And I'm like, I'm going to just push you over here. I'll handle it because I don't think we're going to make progress, and it's not your fault. This woman's not making any sense at all. Because she seriously she got 6 pairs of socks, okay? You paid for 3, you got 3 free. It was part of our deal. She came back to return the socks that she paid for. She wanted a refund, but to keep the free socks. Said, do you want to just exchange them? She's like, no, I don't want these. I'm like, okay, but you have to charge you. So we had I found a way. We got manager approval because this lady was not leaving us. She was not leaving. She was making a whole hissy fit. It was an interesting day. Okay, I'll go ahead and snooze this for right now. I'm making this sound like I'm just this guy. My intention mainly is just to get your perspective as a woman. Oh, no worries. You know what? If you get the opportunity to ask, like, everyone here, generally people I see in chat are cool, you know? People here are chill. We usually occasionally we have these kind of conversations. It used to be a lot more often we would have talks about these kind of things, you know? Especially late at night where it's not usually as active. So it's kind of a good opportunity to ask these questions. Like, it's okay to ask these things, you know? Whether it's because something you don't know or you just want, like, a different viewpoint of the situation, you know? Oh, my hair keeps getting caught on my necklace. Customers suck. Yeah. I used to like working customer service, kind of like to help people, but after my last job, I'm just like, I'm done. Never again. Ugh. Never again. One of my favorite things to do, though, is when I go to the store, I like to talk to cashiers and those working customer service, and just ask them, how's your day going? Like, no, it's like, oh, it's going good. Like, oh, how's work been? Like, you guys, did you just start? Like, how's work been? You know, how are customers today? And the shit people will unload. Like, oh my god. I feel bad for some people. I'm glad I got out of working customer service. Good grief. It can be terrible. Like, I don't want to be negative, but like, you guys, it can be so stressful and crazy. Especially when you have to hear a Karen screaming and then you look over and you realize you know that freaking pain in the butt. And you're just like, dude, I know you. And they're like, oh, wait. That happened. I worked at a suit shop. I don't remember what the deal was. I think somebody messed up with the tailoring. We were overworked. There's a lot of not legal stuff going on, okay? OSHA should have been involved heavily. And one of the guys was, we had a customer come in who started throwing a fit, like full on yelling at the cashier, you're incompetent, how can you let this happen, blah, blah. Even though it's not our job, you know? And we're like, what the heck is the guy yelling at us for? We're just the cashiers. We just charge you. We're told what to do. We have notes on what to do. We have a procedure we have to follow. We handle procedure. We don't handle the tailoring. But he's lashing out at us. And it was a full refund, and he's like screaming and waving the suit around at the audience. Like, it was a crowd of people. He's waving it around and showing them, you see what a shitty job they did? Why don't shop here? This shitty job. And we have a new cashier, right? She only been here for like a couple weeks. Comes over to see what's going on because there's a screaming man flailing a suit around. She looks over and she goes, like, Mr. Daniels? That's her teacher. That is her teacher. And the dude just stops and is like, oh, Jocelyn. hi. So she's like, do you want to take it over? Because we don't know what the heck's going on. He likes her. She's like his favorite student in class, I think. So that was weird. That was weird. That was a weird thing. But I'm realizing a lot more that dudes need to have way more self-respect for themselves. I'm not bashing my gender. There are things that we worked on by others. Other guys need to build. There's a lot just going on. Everyone's got their thing. Just respect for each other, you know? Respect for ourselves, respect for other people. It's just a lot that needs to work on. Hey, Shadow Warrior, how are you? I'm gonna go play Phasmo Espresso. Alrighty, have fun. Oh, hey, Kaden, question. Remind me, is Espresso streaming again? Cause I know he was working on getting his, and adding in the new parts for his PC. Did he say that he's gonna be streaming today again? Cause I have not seen that on the chat, but usually it gets kind of filled up. Not yet, he needs one more part. Ah, okay, boo. Sad panda. Alright, well, have fun. Isn't it really for you? It is. It's 5 in the morning. My cat is sleeping now. He has been waiting for me so he can go to bed. Because he's loyal. He waits. That was actually my last round previously. Unfortunately, it's 6 in the morning. It's 5 in the morning. So that was my last round. Because my cat is right. Funny enough. He is right, though. He is. No! Oh, no, my friend. Wait, no. Is he still awake? Sir, you better not... Hold on. Oh, thank God. I thought he ended. I was like, no, don't you dare end. Hold on. How do I message people? I don't know how to message people anymore. God, I suck at this. Did he message me? No, he didn't message me. I wanted to verifying. Hold on. I wanted to read you, but I wanted to checking if you're ending soon or not. Okay. I'm just sending him a quick message. Hopefully he gets to see it. So you stop when I arrive. I don't hate you, Shadow Warrior. It's just I've been streaming for almost 8 hours. It's been nearly 8 hours. My poor child, my poor cat child, he's so tuckered. Toxic. How dare you call me toxic? I thought we were friends, Shadow Warrior. I thought we were friends. I thought we were comrades. How could you? How can you go breaking the high? Okay, hold on. I want to try to like move so you can see my cat. Look, there you go. You see this? This is why I need to end. My poor boy. He's so tired. He can handle the stream no more. Look at that little face. He's so tired. Okay, no one needs to look at my mess any further. I had to move things around so I could go ahead and take a nap while I was drawing because it gets to that point sometimes, you know? Some days you just need to take a nap. And some days you need to start a fire. I don't know where you set the fire, but we can start fires. Fires are fun. I'm a pyro. I saw, go ahead, oh my God, I had a random questionnaire popped up when I was on TikTok, like, have you been drawn to the flame? And I'm like, I'm a pyro. Do not ask me that question. It's like asking, do you need to breathe? Like, kinda. Maybe. Abel, what are you doing, my guy? He's being... Oh my god, I'm starting over here. I figured if I end stream, then I can also go ahead in the morning, or morning or later in the morning, and actually do, like, another stream. Like a game thing, you know? I don't think he's gonna be ending soon. Oh, sweet. What's it for 3 away from reaching my goal of 1,400 followers? Nice. 50 steps. 50 steps. Especially since I had been MIA for a while on here, you know? Oh my god, I'm in my head right now. I'm gonna go to bed, but I also can't go to bed. But I need to go to bed, but I feel like a hamster on a wheel. Ignore me. My head's just... It's that time of the night. I start getting a little bit delusional. Anyway, I think it's a good time to go ahead and do a raid because I'm going to fall asleep. Do 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 do. Alright. I think he's still going. Because he's watching a bunch of videos still. Can I see next time? Yeah. Night, you guys. Go ahead and... I need to make a proper raid message. I need to make a new one. But sorry, Shadow Warrior. I'll see you another time. Can we have a good night, you guys? I need to work on this. Anyway, bye!